get mapping and at the rate of post mapping works. And along with the get mapping and post mapping for taking the parameters, we use request param annotation, right? But let's say there is a teacher who want to log in. So there is a post mapping of validate teacher, and this is your validate method, and we are accepting two particular things. One as ID and second parameter as password. You will do the database operation here in however way they are working to validate the teacher. And at last you will return a template here, that is welcome teacher. It will be a HTML page, JSP page or whatever. But when this template is getting rendered, there will be a particular message in the page. The message can be like this: welcome teacher. But what if we want to write the teacher's name? Instead of showing this message welcome teacher, we want to write the teacher's name, and that we are going to do with the help of theme leaf. Generally theme leaf is as an introduction here, because your front end will be written in React or either Angular, Vue or Next.js. It is 99% sure that you will be using these two, 80% sure that you will be using React. So let's say there is a teacher and you want to show the teacher's name as a welcome message. How we are going to do that? And for that only we use theme leaf. It is a modern server side template engine, which is basically used to a normal convert a static HTML file to dynamic file. That is theme leaf. We can add theme leaf as a starter in our Spring Boot application. How we are going to use theme leaf to convert a normal HTML file to a dynamic HTML file? First thing that comes here is variable expression. Variable expression. Now what does it mean? Let us suppose in the Java class we have one variable that we want to display on the view, that is your front end. How we will display that variable name? For an example, I will write the same thing. There is one public string validate teacher method. Public string validate teacher method, and it is accepting the post mapping of post mapping. Get mapping doesn't matter. If you are taking data, then write post mapping or get mapping when you are not accepting any data. Here I have one username, string user name equals to Shivam. Now this is the username that I am having, and I want to send the same username to the view. So at last you will be returning one template name. It can be like this: welcome hyphen teacher. Welcome hyphen teacher. What we have to do is, for using theme leaf, either you can use model and view both, but view is directly written as a string here, right? Last time we were creating object of model and view mv equals to new model and view, but this time we are not doing anything. Means view is automatically configured by the Spring Boot. To the method, I will say that it has the argument of model, whose type is model. Model. Now, whatever value you want to send to the front end, there is one command, that is model dot add attribute. That's it. Only one command is there, add attribute. Whatever attribute you want to add, you can add that just with this sentence. If you have a collection, add all attribute is there, or simply add attribute. If you want to send one string value, add attribute. If you want to send one integer value, add attribute. Thymeleaf will internally resolve that. This add attribute will have two things. We'll mention a comment here. Add attribute will always take two things from you. First is variable name for view. How you will identify the name inside front end. Second is its value. That's it. Second, its value. Now it can be string value, int value, it can be anything. Add attribute will take two things from you. First is the variable name for view, whatever name you are going to call inside the view. And second is the value. That's it. Now, if I want to send this username to the front end, at first I will give a name to it, like this name. Means in the front end, if you are trying to use this value, you have to call the variable name. That's it. Second is the value, and value is stored inside the username. Provide the same thing. By doing this particular work, your value will go to the front end. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. How we will be using this value? Using the values in view. how you are going to use these values. View means HTML tag will be there, div tag, h1 tag, h2 tag, paragraph tag, any kind of tag. Let's say there is one h1 heading, right? And initially you were showing welcome teacher. For all the teacher you were showing welcome teacher only, right? But this time we are going to write a custom message. So let's say for using the values in view, ThimeLeaf provides th attribute, th attribute which can be used to write the text content or check any condition or executing a loop. Now, if I want to write a simple message here, first of all, what I'm saying that th is a attribute, and where attributes are written here. Attribute means ID is a attribute, class is a attribute, right? Style is a attribute. All these things that you are writing inside all are attribute only, extra properties. So you have to write this th attribute, th like this. If we want to use any variable expression, then we have to write dollar and curly brackets, right? It is from JavaScript, it is from Spring, that you can call as Spring's expression language. That's it. These are the two things which will make your HTML a dynamic file. Now, H1 has a text content, right? Inner HTML, you can say, or inner text. So I will remove this welcome teacher from here. Inside the attribute, I will say h1 colon text. H1 is the heading, th ThimeLeaf colon text. It means that whatever the text content of this heading is there, it will be coming from ThimeLeaf. Th colon text equals to and double brackets. So because attributes are written like this, here you can write whatever value you want. Let's say I will write welcome. So let's try to understand it on the project now. And from the backend, you are sending one variable, and the name of variable is name. So here you can write th colon text dollar and curly brackets, whatever value. So we were having one teacher login controller. Means when teacher is trying to do the login, and here you are validating the teacher, you are finding it. If t is equals to 1, means if there is a list available of teacher with this id and password, then we are saying welcome hyphen teacher. For a moment, in the validate teacher, here at first we are taking id, then password. I will create the argument of model as well, like this. And I want to send the teacher's name there. So inside this if, I will say model dot add attribute. Add attribute. And it takes two things. This add attribute, you can see it takes two things. The first thing that it takes is the variable name that you are going to use in the front end. Teacher name, comma, it takes the value. Where is the value available? Value is inside the list. So we can say list dot get on the indexing 0, means teacher, then dot get name, right? Now you are sending one name of the teacher, and the file name is welcome hyphen teacher, that we can find inside the template page. This one. So here we are showing one random heading that welcome teacher, like this. Instead of showing this welcome teacher, I will remove this. And what I will do, h1, I will write the same thing, th colon text equals to dollar and curly brackets. What is the variable name? Variable name that you are sending is teacher underscore name. We'll copy it like this. Simple. We'll start the app now and let's see how it is working.
सर कौन है जो तीस नहीं रहा है आपकी बात?
So here we got the page and we will try to log in as a teacher now. Writing the ID and password. And now we are getting Shivam here. We can try login with a different teacher. Right? We are getting the teacher's name. But what if we want to write welcome as a constant value? Teacher's name is a dynamic value, you can see. Whatever value is visible here is a dynamic value. But I want one static value with this. For that, let's go back to the HTML page. It's so simple to accept the values here, right? No session, no nothing, no JSP tag, nothing. Th colon text, that's it. Now if you are thinking that inside HTML write welcome, no. Because when you are loading the page, it will erase this welcome, and this is what going to be written. What we are going to write here then, within this particular part only, we will write the things. How we will write? So inside these brackets only, I can provide one string content. Let's say like this. Now it became a string, right? So here inside this I can write welcome space, and here we can say plus teacher underscore name, like Java only. Inside the curly brackets, at first I have written one static welcome. There are multiple ways. If you are from Angular, there is one thing in Angular that is called string interpolation, like this. This is the string interpolation. You can do like this also. There are multiple ways. Let's restart the application now. And this time we got welcome, then the teacher's name. If ID and passwords are changing, then we will get the next thing. Right? Simple. The entire game is played by this. That if you are writing th colon text, it is your attribute, which will be written inside double quotes. Then dollar and curly brackets. Now inside this, if you want to write a static value, just keep single quote. Don't keep double quote, because if you are keeping double quote, it will take the ending of the these two double quotes. So write single quote, and whatever, let's say at first you are writing welcome, then you have a dynamic value plus whatever the variable name is available for dynamic value. After that you want to add sir, like that. Let's say welcome teacher's name, then sir. Sir again is a constant value, so again plus again a string. So you will get the message welcome, then teacher's name, and then sir. It's so simple here, right? So that is how you can use the variable expression here, right? And now we are getting the teacher's name here. Let's say whatever I am saying. So welcome as a string plus teacher's name, then again plus again a string, and here we will add sir and a comma, like that. Let's restart the application. Okay, this welcome is a constant value. This is a dynamic value which is coming from database. This is again a static value. Got it? Got it? Like this. So this is how you are actually getting the things with the help of time leaf. And you know what is the actual benefit of time leaf? You are not importing anything here. not even the HTML tag, no JSP tag, nothing. It is directly injected into the normal tags. Now, whenever you are doing login, we want to show the current time as well. That you can easily do by using the date function of either Java or JavaScript. That is not our case. Now, we are going to fix the second thing. This is the first use of time leaf, that how you can render the variable names directly. And whenever it is required to write the condition, I will tell that also. Now, the next thing that we are going to do here, let's say I want to search one student, NIT01 is the student's roll number. I will click on find student, and that form should be visible here, and that form should have the values, right? That form should have the values. For that, let's try to understand. In this particular welcome page, we have one form, and inside this form, if you check this input disabled, then these are the three placeholder values available. And this div with the ID student hyphen marks is disabled here, right? It is disabled here. Now, if we want to make it work properly, stop using mobile. Now, what we want, that if we are typing the student's roll number and clicking on find student, this roll number should go to database to check if this student is available or not. And then if a student is available, you should get the student's value here or in a separate page, like that you can do. For that, let's write the controller. So this is the find student request. Find student. And we will call it inside the teacher controller only. Method name we will keep as public string. Find student and at the rate of post mapping, and here we are returning one page, and we are actually returning the same page, welcome hyphen teacher, or else you can keep a different page. Find student is the request. One parameter you are getting, so request param. Parameter is coming by the name roll number. String roll number. We will auto wire the student repository as well. Okay. Now I will just say sr dot return type of this list of student. Okay, list of student sr dot find by roll number, and here I will check if list dot size is equals to 1, because roll number is a unique value and you will always get only one value. So if the list size is 1, what we are doing, we are returning the same page, or and we are adding one attribute here. And what attribute we are returning? We are saying model dot add attribute, variable name is stu, and string value I will write here, that student is available. On the same page I am talking, this is the if part. Now in the else part, we are doing same thing, returning the same welcome page with this value, student is not available, like this. Now inside welcome teacher, so here you can render that heading, that h1 colon text equals to dollar curly brackets. The variable name that I have kept is stu. Just write that. If there is no value, it will not show anything. Empty tag, because here this is empty, right? If it does not have any value, it will not show anything. Let's check it now how it is going to work. So it is telling that it is ambiguous. Why? Okay, got it. Because we are returning the same page for two different methods. So you cannot do this one, right? We can't make this one. So what we are going to do, here we are going to create a separate template for that. So inside this template, we will create a file that add hyphen marks dot html, and inside this I will show that particular form with the input id as disabled, like that I will show. And here what we are returning add hyphen marks, and here also we are returning the same thing. And we can show one particular heading here with the value th colon text equals to dollar curly brackets and stu. This we are not showing here, and these also not showing. Teacher login controller. There is already been method find student teacher based student controller. I think we are calling the same thing somewhere else as well. Find student. Okay, got it. So the same method is available there also. Find student, find student. Wait. What is it? Feedback. So guys, open your Google Classroom. There you will find a link for the feedback. Kindly submit it as soon as possible. Do it fast, everyone. Go to Google Classroom and
Yeah, hello students, just response in the chat box. So kindly open the Google Classroom. So make sure everyone share your feedbacks and concerns, anything you have, any suggestions, any feedback, any suggestions, just can share it. Just try to mention your mail ID, it's very important. Huh? So it's very important for the management as well as for the faculty who is teaching you. So whatever the topics has been covered, just share your feedback of that only, okay? Just response in the chat box. Who have submitted the feedback has done, or you can raise your hands. Just hardly take some 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Rohit, for sharing the valuable feedback. So make sure everyone share your feedbacks. Any concerns if you have, can provide your concerns also. So whatever feedback, whatever your concerns are there, it will be kept confidentially, okay? Thank you, Mr. Naidu. Thank you, Mr. Pawan, for sharing the feedback. Just please note it's very important for the management. Okay, the management wants to hear the responses and the feedback from your end. Thank you, Priya, for sharing the feedback. Just you can take 2 more minutes. Thank you, Aisha. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Nikhil. So this link will disable after 20 minutes. Try to make use of this link and share your feedbacks and concerns. You all students just response in the chat box if you have finished with the feedback, so the classes can resume back. Thank you, Neeraja. Yeah, online students, just try to make it fast. So this link will be disabled after 20 minutes. Make sure everyone share your feedbacks and concerns. Okay, so take it seriously. So thank you one and all for your valuable feedbacks. So kindly go on and you can share your feedback. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome back, guys. Audible properly? Those who are joining online, ping me fast. Okay, fine. So here we are trying to find one student so that we will write inside teacher based student controller, and here we are trying to find one student on the find student mapping like this, and when student is available. So how we will check that? List should get at least one element. So we will check here that if list dot get 0 is equals to 1, it means that wait, student, okay, so we'll create a if that list dot size is equals to 1. That means you have at least one student inside the list. In that case, what you will return? You will return add hyphen marks page. What you will return? You will return add hyphen marks page. In the else, we have one page that is not hyphen found. So we will return the same thing here. That is not hyphen found like this. So we'll restart the application now. And we will search the student with the roll number. And here we are getting that it is not found. Maybe we don't have that student in the database. We'll check first. So nothing, we are just going to add one student here. Now again we'll try to search the same student, and now we are getting this particular form like this. Now we will design it properly. How we will design? In the first input box, students roll number should be visible. In the second, these two are disabled, means you cannot edit the content of this. Here you can edit the Java marks, React marks, and the Oracle marks. We'll give a little bit of designing. So here this is a add marks page, and what we will do here, we'll just write some of the style. So this is the like very basic design. Now this particular form should perform a action. So here I will create a button. Button is submit marks and the button type as submit like this. Now this form should perform one action, and what action it will perform? Form action equals to something and method equals to something. We are posting the data, method as post. Action, it will perform one action, that is submit students, submit student marks. Now this is the method. But before that, we should get the values here, right? So we have to restart the app. So now you will get them like this. Here in the first particular box, whatever we are getting, we should be able to check the student name. So at first, we will go back to the controller. This is the controller which is rendering that page, right? Now, can I send the student's roll number? For that, here I will type model, and here we will add those two things. Model dot add attribute. Model dot add attribute. Attribute is stu underscore id. And what value you are sending from here? Student is available inside this list. So we will provide list dot get 0 dot get roll number, and then add the second attribute model dot add attribute. Attribute name is stu underscore name, and from where this value will be coming? This value will be coming that list dot get zeroth index dot get name. Now you are sending two attribute values, and the same thing I can accept here. So to the input box, I will say th colon. Now here, if you know a little bit of HTML, in case of all the heading and paragraph text, we say either inner text or inner HTML. But in case of input box, we say value. We don't say inner HTML. Because inner HTML means heading 1 like this. The content that you are writing here in between the tag of HTML, that is called inner HTML. But input box does not have such kind of facility, right? One input box, let's say if I'm 23, it will not work because it does not have inner HTML. It has its value. So here we will provide th colon value is equals to dollar curly brackets stu underscore id, and to the second input box stu underscore name. Simple. We'll go back, restart the application. Now you will see that the student's roll number and the student's name are coming by default. You can't edit it. You can add the Java marks of that student, you can add the React marks, you can add the Oracle marks, and at last you can submit. So simple, right? Let's say I will add second student as well. So just roll number 2 here, A B C D E F G H, and like that submit. And now we will try to find the second student. So we got the exact roll number, we got the exact name. Now as a teacher I will be having notebooks or the exam copies of student that I will be checking. I will just type the roll number, student will come, I will hit the submit marks button, marks will go to database. Now we should write a controller for it. So let's go back. Now if you check carefully, when we are trying to add the student marks, there is a form which is performing submit students marks. By the way, there is one more thing. Here you are writing student ID, student name, and in the controller also I am sending one value. What if I have to write father's name and mother's name also? What if I have to write father's name and mother's name also? And if a student has 10 values, so you will send 10 attributes. Answer is no. We can send the entire student as well. What we can do? We can send the entire student as well. So how we will send? I will say model dot add attribute. First string what you are sending. I am sending one student, and from where the value is coming in the list with the indexing 0. This is my student. This is my student. Then if I want to check the things inside this, so will I write student ID? No. Now values are coming as a object. So here you will write the variable name, that is student dot. What you want here? Roll number. What you want? Roll number. So here we want roll number. Here what you need? Name of the student. So we will write student dot name. Like this. Very simple. We'll restart the app.
दीपक सर जी नहीं आए थे क्या?
And again we are getting the same values. So instead of sending one attribute, you can send the entire student, and there you can fetch it from the front end. That's it. So simple. Now we will be adding the marks. So here this is our form which is performing the action, that is submit student marks, and it is the teacher based student controller. So here I'll create one method, that is public string anything add marks method, which is accepting the post mapping of this particular thing. And here I will add the, or you can return the page. Which page you can return? This add marks. Same page again you can return, or else you can return this welcome teacher page. let's say welcome hyphen teacher, like this. From the front end, how many values will be coming? Let's say here I have added the marks 13, 14, 15, and I will hit this submit marks button. The values of all the five input box will go. Answer is yes. Now you have to accept this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Or else you can only accept the roll number and the marks. So we'll go back at the rate of request param. Roll number you have to accept. The reason is you are going to perform one is update operation. So that is string roll number, and then you are taking at the rate of request param Java marks, Java. By default you will get values as string only. We have to convert it. Java and React. And here Oracle. You can increase the subjects when you are developing the project. So here we are accepting roll number, then we are accepting the Oracle marks. So like that, all the things we are accepting. Now, student repository is already there. I will say something. There is a list of student that I am finding by roll number. So I will say sr dot find by roll number. Why I am finding the value? Because database should be consistent. If I am only adding the marks, it will erase father's name, mother's name, and DOB while updating the value. So we should be having the consistent values. So this is one. We have finded the student here. After finding the student, what we will do? We will create a student as equals to new student. Now we are preparing one fresh student here. S dot set roll number to the roll number. S dot set DOB. Now DOB we are not taking from front end. DOB is available inside this list. List dot get 0 dot get DOB, because you have to collect all the values. S dot set, or else let me say you something. You are not doing all these things. You are simply writing like this. Student s equals to new student, setting the roll number and setting the Java marks to Java. Now this Java is as a coming as a string. So if you want to convert it to a int, you can use the wrapper class, that is integer dot parse int and Java marks s dot set React marks. Same way here, integer dot parse int React marks s dot set Oracle marks integer dot parse int Oracle marks. So here we have saved the roll number, Java marks, React marks, and Oracle marks. And at last we are just returning the welcome teacher page. Okay. and sr dot save s. This student we are saving to the database, right? Now let's check how it is going to work. So restart the app.
Ah,
We will find the first student, and here we are getting the student's name and student's roll number, and that we can't change. Now Java marks, let me open the database also. So here right now you can see to the NIT01 roll number and Java marks 0, Oracle marks 0, React marks 0. Here what I will do, I will add the marks out of 100. So let's say in Java 99, in React 98, in Oracle 97, and I hit the submit marks button. So no problem, error you are getting because of the template. And here we are getting one warning. If you see the warning that required request parameter, it means in the front end we have not given name to the input box. So name equals to roll number, name equals to, you can give anything to it, name equals to Java, name equals to React, and here name equals to Oracle. And again we are getting the same error. Let's check it again. There is some problem. String is not present. Okay, now the error that we are getting is because of this particular input box. For a moment I will remove this particular thing from my controller, that I am not taking the student's roll number, and by default what I am doing, I'll just remove this. The roll number of student we are writing as a string here, that is NIT01, and then adding the Java marks, React marks. I will explain why we are getting that particular error. And now we are getting, but here the problem is null. That no problem, we'll obviously check it. Let's check the database now. Java marks is added successfully, Oracle successfully, React successfully, but DOB become null, father's name become null, and mother's name become null, and the student name also become null. That is the problem. That's why while you are updating the values, here you are able to edit the marks properly. Here we are able to add the marks properly, but what is the condition? The condition is all the values are lost. All the values are lost from here. So that's why we are taking the students roll number also from the front end, that give us the roll number. With that roll number, at first we will find the student. Java marks you are giving, we will keep it, but student name, mother's name, father's name and DOB we have to take from the object already that is available in database. Otherwise those values will become null when you are trying to save this data. So when we are trying to do this thing, and we are requesting one parameter name is roll number, which will give one string roll number kind of value. So here if you check, the name of input box is same, roll number. Here it is disabled, here it is disabled. Because of that we'll start the application again. Let's understand the entire scenario. And again I will try to search the student we got, and this time we are getting the roll number, we are not getting name. Okay, because in database name for the student id 01 is not available. So let's search the second student. Now we got the roll number, and here we will write some of the values, and we will hit the submit marks button, and we got the error here. And the error is saying there is a warning. Warning is required request parameter roll number for method parameter type string is not present. It is telling you that in the front end there is no input box whose name is roll number, but we have one, right? Why it is saying? I will remove this disabled for a minute. This disabled is not written. Again we will restart the application. So this is the problem now, and here it will say name is not available, right? The reason is it is not a Java error. First of all, it is a error produced by your HTML. Now I will show you a quick difference between the two pages. So here when we are trying to find a student, we are getting NIT02 ABCD. I will open inspect here and let's check the element section. So inside the form, you will be getting the things that input name as roll number and its value is NIT02. I will type the value in Java marks, let's say 23. I have added the value 23. In React, I have added 56, and here I have added the value 78. In these three input boxes, it is not visible. In these three input boxes, it is not visible, right? But here, this value is written as a attribute. So this is a condition. Let me explain it to you. If you have a input box, this will have a value attribute where you can give the static values to it. If you have provided like this, that input whose value is 200. So whenever you are getting this input box in the front end, this 200 will be available as the value there, like this. And when you are providing the static value, so if you are from React or Angular, so there is one method provided by JavaScript, that is on change, which works on the event. So this on change will be able or will be giving you this particular value, that okay, now you can edit the value. Now whenever you are hitting the submit button, so let's say there is a button that you are hitting, submit button. Submit button will only take the changed values. What submit button will take? It will take only the changed values. Now in this case, here NIT02 and ABCD, these are disabled boxes, kind of disabled boxes whose value you are providing. Now if I'm trying to change the value, so like this I can change. Will it going to update? So when I'm going to inspect, go to open this again, here the same value is still visible, that is NIT02, like this. Now if we are updating the value here, then it will not get updated in the front end. There is no synchronization in between the input boxes, right? There is no synchronization in the input box. Then how we will solve this problem? How we will solve this problem? So there are two ways. First way is we can ask the teacher to fill the details. That is the first solution, that you can ask the teacher to fill the details, like this. Second is we can use dynamic rendering. And dynamic rendering means you can use either React or Angular. So we will use both the things. At first, we will ask the teacher to fill the details. Details means only roll number. That's it. So let's go back. So you have one thing, that is add marks. Here we are not providing the value of roll number like this. Okay. We will ask the teacher to write the roll number. Name not required. You can only fill the values with the name. So input name as roll number. Teacher will type the things now. And in the controller, we will take roll number and like this. At first, we will find the student so that we are saving all other values. So here we have finded the student. Roll number now we are taking from the teacher, so we can keep the same thing. After that, s dot set dob, The DOB of the student is available in the list with the indexing 0 dot get DOB, s dot set father's name. Father's name is available in the list with the indexing 0 dot get father's name, s dot set mother's name. Mother's name is available on the index 0 dot get mother's name, right? So and then marks, then at last saving the teacher, like this. Okay, so we'll restart the app now. Now when we are searching the student, here we have to put the roll number of the student again, then adding the Java marks, adding the React marks, adding the Oracle marks, and here update query is fired. Now we will check the database. So this second student, all the values are available and marks are updated. This is the first way. But this is not a correct way, right? Because there is one more issue, that after saving the marks of student, we are rendering one page that is welcome teacher. And when we are rendering the welcome teacher page, you will see that here it is showing welcome null sir. Null sir means value is not available, means teacher is logged out, because your welcome teacher page is loaded again. And when it is loaded again, previous value is lost. There are very small things that we have to take care. Now let's say I want to edit the marks of first student. I'll find why I have to type the roll number again when I have already searched this student, right? For that we will be using the dynamic rendering. You can use React Angular, or because now we don't have anything, so I will show you with the help of HTML and Java only, that without using any React and Angular, how we can do that in our time leaf. As of now, we are able to edit the marks of student properly. But that is a, let's say here we will add third student. So something like this, student added. Now a teacher can edit the marks of that one particular student. Added, and in database if we check, so we got one student whose marks are coming. Now it is working fine. It is working fine. But name is becoming null. Okay, because we are not setting it. Roll number DOB. Here we have to set the name also. So f dot set name, list dot get 0 dot get name. However, it is not a good technique to do like this, because why teacher has to type the roll number two times? Here only, that is NIT01. Here only teacher has typed and student is available. So you should be able to write the things here. This NIT01 we should get. But we have seen that if we are fixing this value, we are not able to get those values using request param. Okay. So we will be using either this one. Today we have done by using this. React and Angular we will do next time. Right now we will handle it by using HTML and Java only. Right? So already it's 9. We'll do it tomorrow now. Right? Where we will be fixing all the small bugs here. First bug is If we are going back, let's say here you have added some of the marks. Here we are getting welcome null sir. Here we should get the same teacher's name with the same session and all those. So all these things we'll see how we can handle using time leaf. Okay, fine guys, we'll connect again tomorrow. Have a nice time everyone. Bye bye, take care. Sir, as you said, I have mailed yesterday also. Actually they got lot of mail in one day, so keep sending mail, they'll check it.